Hello, everyone, and welcome back inside of Destiny, the Taken King. Nick here with Degenerate Gaming, and today we are going to be doing another exotic weapon review. As you can see, that is the Warlock exclusive Tlaloc on my back, and this thing is pretty goddamn sweet. Um, as you can see, it comes with 280 attack. Um, so obviously you'll have to infuse it to get it up there, and I'm going to start off by saying it is definitely worth infusing. As you can see, all the stats pretty balanced for the most part. Nothing really stands out. But when we get into the perks, you guys will see why this thing is goddamn awesome. Um, we get started with the perks, anyways. We have Grenadier, which is passively unlocked, which is really well. Uh, Works really well. Um, I really don't have my gear on to kind of show you guys, but yeah, this is a hell of a perk to have passively unlocked. You have smooth ballistics, which is increased recoil, boost to range. Really not that important. The scout rifle has pretty decent range to start with. Um, Accurized ballistics, which is what I run, more range and impact, increased recoil. You could go soft ballistics. Um, if you really wanted to. Penalty to impact. Probably would run this more in the Crucible, um, just to kind of make this thing a little bit more of a laser. Anyways, it has Eye of the Storm as its first exotic perk, since this weapon becomes more accurate as your health gets lower. Um, and again, very useful. Um, Anytime you can gain accuracy, especially when your health is low, you're going to need that. Um, And then for your selectable perks, we have hand loaded. This weapon effects is effective at an extended range. You can see the big penalty to stability though. Um, really um, not what I would go with. Um, because it's a scout rifle. It can shoot, at a pretty decent range anyway. So anything you're really going to use this for, you're going to want that stability that you're losing. So I wouldn't recommend hand loaded. You have armor piercing rounds, which again will bump the impact. Um, and again, it's not really necessary. You're getting a buff to impact from accurized ballistics. I opted to go with injection mold for increased stability, faster handling, and reduced range. Um, we'll switch it here. So that would be the base stats here. You could actually go, with your buff to stability and lose range of impact. So there's a few different things you could do. I like going injection mold just because it kind of balances everything out. Um, and then for the main point, the icing on the cake here, the last exotic perk of Overflow. This weapon has a better handling and rate of fire, and stability. Builder super is charged. Cannot begin to say enough about this. This is ridiculous. Um, Very useful, especially if you play Sunsinger. You hold on to your super, wait until you need it. This thing becomes an absolute beast of a weapon. Um, Looks cool as shit. It's got the little Warlock symbol there in purple. Um, but again, Overflow is just absolutely dynamic, and you'll see it more in the gameplay. I've cut up some clips where you can actually see the difference between um, everything. I mean, your rate of fire, stability, your agility, everything just kind of goes through the roof, and it, is pretty amazing. Okay, and for PvE gameplay, we're going to show you a little clip of the Daily Heroic Story mission. I did want to put this video out yesterday, but I ended up putting it off just because I really couldn't. I was having trouble getting some good footage. Not so much of PvE, that was pretty simple, but PvP footage, and we'll get to that here in a bit. But as you can see, without the super, without my super full, overflow is not active. This thing I mean, against these level 13 enemies, yeah, it's, you know, it's killing them in a couple of headshots. Pretty average. But we'll get into some higher tier enemies, some level 41 enemies from, you know, from the actual daily, and you can see the work that this thing will put in when overflow is active. And again, I mean,
the roots
it's
of
just
the Citadel go deep into the heart of the planet. The spire is the metal trunk of a very, very big tree.
it goes from your
Sort of.
average scout rifle to just an absolute monster, at least in PvE. I mean, this thing, is it a little overpowered? Probably, because you can just mow through enemies. Big groups of them. As you can see, my super is active now, or is full, and just notice the increase in the rate of fire, the reload speed, my agility is up. And this weapon, when overflow is active, it feels great. You know, and it's a beast of the scout rifle, PvE. I mean, obviously you can't use your super, but, you know, compare this with the Sunslinger class where you're waiting to use Radiance anyways, typically in your higher level content as a self-res. I mean, it's a hell of a weapon. It's also got Grenadier. You can kind of see that proccing as I kind of kill. Notice how fast my grenades are jumping up there. So again, for PvE, this is a very good weapon. Really like this for PvE. And even for, you know, your higher tier enemies, your stronger enemies, your tier 2s, your tier 3s, this thing will put in some work. It doesn't really have, you know, the only thing that this thing really is missing is some sort of, you know, elemental burn, which, you know, primaries and Big King, I haven't seen one that has any elemental burn, but this thing did have a burn to go with it. It would be lights out in PvE. This is actually quite an interesting concept to go for a weapon in order to get it, you know, to sacrifice your super. People have said that, you know, this thing can be overpowered. Kind of, yeah, a little bit, but you know what? You know, if I'm going to sacrifice my super, you know, I feel like I should have something that's overpowered. And again, it's great. Goes with the Sunslinger class to a T. And right now, we're going to get into some PvE. As you can see, with this, the Tlaloc, you know, again, for PvP, excuse me, it didn't really impress me all that much. But if you were playing something like Skirmish or Trials, and you compare it with the Stag, like, you know, for the helmet, this is once per life, super will charge faster, and chance to spawn with an oversealed. You know, in Sunslinger, this is going to be one nasty Trials of Osiris or Skirmish, you know, elimination, what have you. But, you know, again, this in PvP, this is really predicated on you getting headshots. And as you can see, I'm going to run soft ballistics here, just so I can get a little more stability out of it. You know, I'll take the penalty to impact and range. But again, this thing, you know, if you're not hitting headshots, and again, it's really not going to do you any good damage. You'll see some of these clips. I am outgunned severely in a lot of these clips, and I wouldn't really consider myself all that great of a PvP player. I'd say I'm average, maybe middle of the road. You know, I'm not going to come in and dominate every match, but you know, I'm not going to. Typically, I won't be getting annihilated all the time either. I would say that I'm middle of the road. I have my new moments, but I also, you know, have been known to win a match or two, and really it's predicated, this gun is all predicated on your aim. And if you're not securing headshots, this gun is pretty difficult to use and get kills with, especially, you know, in your 6v6 playlist, you know, control, clash, that sort of thing. Bullets are flying, coming from everywhere. It can be rather difficult to use if your aim isn't spot on. even when your overflow is active,
You're in the lead.
it can be a bit of a pain to use. And again, you'll see in some of these clips here, I just felt like I was getting completely outgunned, and maybe that's me, and that's my aim. I know in the later match, I go back and I play a clash match. There's a guy using the same gun that I am, and he's absolutely destroying it with it. So again, I'm not going to go as far as saying that this gun is bad in PvE. I'm going to say it's predicated on you and how well your aim is. Because as you can see, it's not gonna annihilate enemies if you're not good with your aim. Like as you can see in that one, I was not. I did manage to get the kill, but and even there, right there, I get outgunned. He's outguns me with the Tlaloc because I can't manage to secure headshots while he's moving. And I switch to my sniper there and take the free one. But neither here nor there. You know, this, I'm sure there's a lot of people out here that can use this weapon. Again, like I said, I'm not the biggest PvP player, and I'm not great by any means as far as my aim goes, as you guys can see here. But like here, when you're securing headshots, this thing will mow them down. It's basically your original style, confluence style of scout rifle. But at the same time, you know, when overflow is active, instead of taking 5 headshots, or take about 4 headshot kill, but it's shooting as fast as the 5 headshots scout rifles. So again, I understand why people say this gun could be overpowered, but really, I don't really, in my hands, it definitely isn't. In somebody else's, it might be. Is it a fun gun to use? Yeah, definitely. I would recommend this every day for PvP, without a doubt. Or for PvE, excuse me. For PvP, for me, it's not my gun. You know, because my performance in Crucible, like I said, is really predicated on what guns I'm using and how well I aim them.
You're in the lead.
But with that, I'll leave you with the rest of these clips. Tell me what you guys think. Please remember to rate, comment, subscribe, hit that like button. And thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Later.
Victory imminent.